where Donald Trump will kick off a rally at the top of the hour. It comes as his campaign works to court minority voters. When he takes the stage, we'll have that for you right here live. Now to 1 in 50 American lives that could be saved with a device. It stops extreme allergic reaction to everyday things like bee stings, peanuts, and chocolate. The EpiPen, the handheld device, saves lives by preventing potentially deadly allergic reactions or anaphylaxis. But now, EpiPens are moving out of reach for some families. Retail prices are about $500 or more. 8 years ago, they were about a fifth of that. That's because Mylan, the EpiPens manufacturer, dominates the market. For instance, it's lobbied for legislation to require that product in schools, and it also enjoys the brand dominance of Kleenex. We're joined by Tracy Bush, allergy food consultant and nutritionist whose 14-year-old son suffers from severe allergies. And thanks for being with us here, Tracy. And you carry 2 EpiPens, right, with you and your son. And he carries another, right? And you say that you paid about $145 back in 2008, $220 in 2010, and now over $1,100 this year before insurance. As you have had to increase the costs here that you've had to pay out, how's this affected you and your family?
You know, it plays into other areas of our budget as a family of 4. You know, it's not just about buying EpiPens, it's about having to buy his foods that are safe for him, his extra school supplies. So, you know, it kind of cuts into that area as well and makes it a little bit tighter in our family's budget.
We were looking out to see what the response was from the manufacturer of the EpiPen as to why these prices have gone up. And they said in a statement, quote, "Prices have changed over time to better reflect important product features and the value the product provides. We've made a significant investment to support the device over the past years," end quote. When you hear that explanation of the price, do you agree with it?
You know, I don't want to bash anyone because they've done a lot of great things for our food allergy community. You know, they've gotten EpiPens into schools for people that need them. You know, they pushed to have states carry them. But honestly, every company wants to make money, let's be honest. And, you know, their slogan is seeing is believing. So show us, show your food allergy community that you are going to give us this item that was purposely created to save lives.
What do you want them to do?
You know, like I said, they've done a lot of great things for us, so it's time to work with the people that are asking you to reduce the price.
So lower the price?
Yes.
Hey, there's also an alternative here, other than the EpiPen. There's something you may have heard about. It's called Adrenaclick.
Yes.
It retails for about 40% of the price of EpiPen. It's available as a substitute in some 20 states at least. Is that an acceptable alternative, you think?
You know, every family is different. Every, you know, when you have younger children, you're working with staff at school, relatives that don't necessarily use an EpiPen. Sometimes that's not the favorable option. They won't know how to use it the same way. You know, certainly if you need to have something to save a life, yes, have something.
One thing that it will help the costs here, insurance, right? And in some cases, it's able to reduce the cost to 0. But that may have changed as the price has gone up. And the policies themselves, maybe not all of them cover the entire price or portions of the price of EpiPen. How's your insurance?
Luckily, our insurance is good, but I have several page members and followers that have constantly posted and saying that they don't carry EpiPens because they just can't afford to have it. And I can't imagine not being able to make sure that my child is safe all the time. It's heartbreaking. As
you have looked at these conversations that are out there, something that comes up pretty often is the accusation, the call that this company is a monopoly. And as they look at that, what can the FDA or other agencies do if it is a monopoly or acts like a monopoly? And we don't need to get into these specific legal definitions of that, but what do you want them to do to release that control of the market, if at all?
Well, I mean, you know, even if it's a monopoly, the next year or so, there are several new items that are supposed to be on the market. You know, but how is it possible to only be a monopoly? You know, EpiPens are going to always be needed somewhere. Doctors' offices, hospitals, it's not going to be just minimized by other items. You know, so certainly instead of raking in the cash, and you know, we all want to make money, but at the end of the day, it's about saving lives. It's not about who has more money. So lower your price. Go to your consumers and make everyone happy.
How does your son react to this? What does he know about this situation?
He has self-carried since 3rd grade, and he knows how important it is to have an EpiPen. He always has 2 on him at all times, and he knows that he doesn't leave the house without it, no matter what.
Okay, thank you so much. Nutritionist Tracy Bush, appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Louisiana is drying out after epic rainfall, submerged entire neighborhoods. 13 are dead, more than 30,000 people